Who can hear me? Woo! Hey guys, my name's David. I'm so excited to be able to close it out today, to show you guys all the awesome things that your fellow hackers have been doing. But before we begin with this closing ceremony, here's Jennifer Zhang, co-director of HackMIT, with a quick announcement.
Hey guys, thanks for coming out here. I know some people traveled really far. So we always want to improve our hackathon each year, and we have two feedback forms. So one is hackmit.org/hackerfeedback. That's for all the hackers out there. So please fill that out, that really helps us. You'll also be receiving Amazon gift cards. It's a raffle. And for the sponsors, if you could also fill out hackmit.org/sponsor-feedback, that would be great. So yeah, please fill out those feedback forms and let us know individually if you want to see HackMIT improve next year.
Thanks, and as Jennifer said, we really appreciate the feedback, so please fill out that form. Now, I'll basically tell you how it's going to work today. We have the top 8 teams from HackMIT 2014 backstage, and they're each going to get 4 minutes to present to you. So they're going to start off with a 3-minute demo, and then they're going to get 1 minute of questioning from our final panel of 4 judges here. Our first judge is Paula Long. Paula is the co-founder and CEO of Data Gravity, which produces a data-aware storage system that provides insight into company data. Data Gravity has received $42 million in VC backing to date. Earlier in her career, Paula was a co-founder and EVP of Products and Strategy at Equal Logic, which was acquired by Dell in 2008. The second judge we have for you today is John Maeda. John? John has been a design partner at Kleiner Perkins Caulfield & Byers, or KPCB, since 2013. He was formerly the Associate Director of Research at the MIT Media Lab and served as President of the Rhode Island School of Design. Some of his work in digital media design is in the permanent collections of the Museum of Modern Art, the San Francisco Museum of Modern Art, and the Cartier Foundation. The third judge we have for you today is Adora Chung. Adora? Adora is the co-founder and CEO of HomeJoy, an online platform dedicated to bringing professional cleaning services to a broad audience. And since its creation in 2014, HomeJoy's team and platform have grown to serve hundreds of thousands of households across North America and Europe. And our final judge for you today is Ishan Gurujani. Ishan. Ishan is a former director of HackMIT. He also co-founded WatchSend, which provided developers with user experience videos. He is well known in the hackathon community as the guy who figured out how to win hackathons. Please give it up again for our final judges. And here's the first team. Hey guys, we're experiencing a bit of technical difficulties. So it's my job to come out here and tell you that we are. A joke? I don't have any good jokes that are stage appropriate, I think, so sorry about that. Who had a good time at HackMIT this year? Come on. That's what I like to hear. You good? Yes, sir, you good? Okay. All right, I'm turning it back over to Yasif now.
All right, hey there. My name's Yasif. I'm a sophomore here at MIT, and my hack is Controlo. So one major annoyance for me, leaving the room every morning is that there are various simple tasks I want to be able to do on my computer remotely that I may forget to do before I leave. Things like locking my computer, playing or pausing my music because it may be annoying my roommate, stuff like that. Very, basic stuff, but stuff that right now there's no sort of remote solution for. And I also want to be able to do this all the time without having to worry about, any complex setup. So the solution I developed was Controlo. So what I do is I use the Twilio API to be able to basically text my computer. So we can start with something simple. I can tell it to say hello. Make sure it's turned up. And looks like it dropped the connection. There we go. So, like I was saying, let's get this run again.
Hello. Hello.
There we go. Okay, so, sorry, back to what I was saying. So that was a very simple example of some of the stuff we can do. There are other sort of things you'd want to be able to do remotely. So one of these things is, for example, open up arbitrary web pages, so or files in your computer. So and I'll show you why this is useful in a sec. So let's try, for example, opening up Facebook here. So we can just send that, and of course. All right. Yeah, it's the Wi-Fi.
That's what you have.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah.
Hey guys, sorry about that. So we're having a bit of some Wi-Fi issues. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move the next team up who are connected on, I think, a personal hotspot or something. And Yasif will present again at another time. Again, let's give our support for Yasif, because and here's the next team for you.
I think so. No. Doesn't want to come up. Yeah. You can move the mic stand if you want to move the mic stand closer. Breaking things. Right. It's not up.
It's
The projector's not up. I see a screen. Okay. It's like an extended home screen. It's one of your other home screens. It's very big. All right. Hi, so we are behind Hopscotch. Sorry. We've said that word too many times. We're forgetting the meaning of it. But so Hopscotch is something that tries to take the sort of activity of going on a bar crawl and make it safe without making it feel like someone is nagging you or someone is trying to tell you what to do. So it's supposed to be a really fun app. It's supposed to make your bar crawling experience more fun rather than less fun. But at the same time, it's connected to a USB keychain that is a breathalyzer. So you can actually keep track of like where you are, if you should be driving, if you need to take an Uber home right now instead of continuing to go to the bars. So that's the general concept of our application.
So we're going to walk you through half of it because this is too long, too short of a demo to go through the whole thing. But the gist of make a game plan is if you have a pre-planned bar crawl, so you have 4 bars you want to hit up at a specific time, you actually just go ahead and click on make a game plan. A bunch of bars that are close to you using your location proximity will pop up and you can select the bars you want to go to, and then the next page you enter a time, and when you actually start this bar crawl, Twilio will send you a text notification when the time is up for that bar. So it'll be like, hey, this is Hopscotch, it's 8 o'clock, it's time to go to Harper's. So we're just gonna walk you through Wing It, which is basically just a free-for-all bar crawl. Yeah. I'm just gonna hold it. So, one goal of our app was to prevent typing as much as possible when we get into an intoxicated state. And so we ask you in the very beginning, where should you be ending up tonight? So we're just gonna... That's the place. All right. So the first thing we need to figure out is what's my blood alcohol content. So like I said, we have a Bluetooth-enabled device that I'm not gonna do now because it takes too much time to warm up, but you basically blow into it, it will save that information in a backend, which we then pull. And when the internet works, right now I am sober. Big surprise. So, you can see here bars that are close to you using your location. Not only do we show them to you, but we help you get there. If you click on this Uber link, it will open a new tab, or if you're on your phone, it will launch the app, and it will pre-populate the destination based on what you choose. So this is this is the sober interface. Okay, so we haven't been drinking this weekend, which is obvious. So we have an admin portal that lets us cheat. And we're gonna show you what happens when you give, oh, actually, hold on, I got screenshots. This will be faster. Cool, will this work? Yeah, well, okay, cool. So one of the things that was important to us was making sure that the interface sort of went with your process. So the drunker you get, the bigger the buttons get, and the simpler the text gets. So, also, halfway through your intoxication, we flip it from a light theme to a dark theme, so you're not staring at that glaring glow in your face in the corner of the club when you pretend you're cool and texting people. So, as you get drunk, well, that's really casual. The more intoxicated you get, the more options you have. So when you start up sober, it tells you you should probably drink some more. Here are some bars. When you get tipsy, it says, it offers you drunk food, and it also offers you more bars. The drunker you get, once you hit the legal limit, actually, once you hit 0.08, it will pop up this option to call it a night, and that will actually call an Uber, again, pre-populated with that destination that you selected at the very beginning of your bar crawl process.
So only buttons, no text.
Only buttons, no text, no typing, just clicking. And so by the end of it, go home, you're drunk, here's an Uber. And so just to we couldn't show you all this functionality because it takes forever, but we do want to show you just really quickly that we're not lying to you. Okay.
This is very good.
This is very challenging, for the record. Okay, we're gonna go one.
Wait, what?
0.1, yes. You're drunk. Okay, so if you choose to keep going, you'll see that the amount of information presented is different. The button's a little bit bigger. You have a little bit less to worry about. And then also you can pick food at this point. We use Google's API, so you can also search for a keyword instead. Okay, and that is Hopscotch.
I did not see the timer.
Oh, there's a timer?
There's a timer.
Oh, there's a timer.
So, the biggest part of this application is your whole user experience. Tell us a little bit how you thought about that and what other things you'd like to add to it if you'd had more time.
So I'm actually in the human-computer interaction capstone course in our telecom department, and so we're thinking about these things all the time. My current project is working on incentivizing cleaning your apartment, so always thinking about like what is going to meet the least resistance, like what is just going to encourage you to do what you're supposed to do. And so we just kind of realized someone who's impaired is kind of experiencing the same things that a lot of in HCI we talk about, like elderly people who can't see as well, whose motor skills are not as good. That actually has a lot of parallels.
Also, we tried to incorporate some like Easter egg sort of things to keep people, to encourage them to keep coming back to the app and really being aware of their alcoholic level. So we have an emoji in the top right corner there. It actually changes. There's 13 different faces depending on how intoxicated you are. So it's kind of like fun little things we tried to add to the app. Like our copy is a little silly, and so we tried to like make it more interactive versus just sort of a where I'm at.
All right, thank you, Hopscotch. All right. Airbox. All right, Airbox, come on up.
Where is this even going? Oh, that's so weird. Where is my sound? What? Really? I just saw this really solid. Do you have it? It's so hot. Wait, someone else needs something. No, we want the other. Where the fuck is that? All right, well, this is kind of hard to do, but we'll figure it out. We're Airbox, we're Airbnb for Dropbox. Originally it started out as a joke, but we realized soon that it was actually kind of cool, so we decided to go with it. What we do is we let you lend your space out if you have too much Dropbox space, or if you don't have enough, you can rent it from a friend or just a random stranger. The idea is that so the problem with lending Dropbox space is that basically someone else will get to see all your files. So what we do is we encrypt it, and then we divide it up into a whole bunch of different blocks, and we divide it up onto different nodes onto our system. So right now we've connected 3 Dropbox accounts that we're going to distribute information to. And in order for you to download the files later, what you have to do is come to our site, and we'll take the information, we'll match up all the bytes, and then we'll decrypt it, and we'll let you download the information again. So, do you want to just download? Go. Oh, I didn't see it. All right, so we're gonna...
Yeah, so we're just gonna randomly generate something that's like 15 megabytes just to test it out on the spot to show you guys. So first we're gonna sign in and authenticate with Dropbox. And then we're gonna find our file that we wanna, send out. and we're going to upload it to Airbox. And so we're going to show you some of the drop boxes. We can only show 2, but we have another one on the other laptop, and you'll see the files appear on the different nodes. So you can see there's one, and there's another one on the other laptop. So that's a short example. And so next, we also allow you to download it, so to allow you to fetch back the file, right? And this means that we recompile all the bits that we scattered and then decrypt it. And so you click it, and it seems to be a little bit of a problem, but. Yeah, so we're just going to try a different file. And you can see it happening again.
All right, awesome. Thank you very much, Airbox. All right, we have 1 minute for judge questions now.
So that's a very cool hack, for sure. But I guess my question is, as a renter, how is it easier than just creating a new account with a different email? And if it's not, like, what's the next feature you're going to build so it's easier?
One of the things we wanted to explore in this project was the application of like cloud computing and putting things on different systems. It's basically like an investigation into cryptology as well as cloud computing. So we wanted to know, like, figure out more about how we can like put data onto different nodes and then encrypt it so that it's hard for people to like steal your information. So it's more like an exploration project necessarily than something that's directly actionable.
Cool.
Any other questions? Sorry the presentation didn't like work as well.
All right, thank you very much, Airbox. And next up we have Beaver Dash. Come on up, Beaver Dash.
Wait, we should put it here, and you take care of it, like dragging and stuff. Wait.
Beaver Dash? Beaver Dash.
Just change this. Okay. It's okay. Just do that. Okay. Okay, ready?
So just introduce yourself.
Okay, yeah, sure. I'll just introduce. Okay. Hi, I'm Connor Duffy, and I'm really happy to have worked with my classmates Mitchell Gu, Phoebe Kai, and Jae-Hai Lee this weekend on a project that we call Beaver Dash, a web application for responding most effectively to urgent emails. And the model that we used at MIT for responding to urgent emails is a mailing list, free food, and reuse. So free food, of course, goes very fast whenever it appears on the mailing list, and reuse is the same for used electronics. And so what our web application does is it's subscribed to each of these mailing lists, and whenever an email goes to one of those mailing lists, it notifies anyone who's subscribed with a yo, or a text indicator that there's something that they need to see, prompting them to go to this web application where they'll see that we use the Gmail to fetch the subject text and body text from the email, and then Ruby on Rails to parse the text for the item being given away and the location. So for example, we set up a network of associations between real building names and colloquial building names. Like, we know that when someone says Stata, it means that building 32, or Student Center means building W20. And then in addition, we trained it with about 1,000 food words and phrases. So it knows, for example, here that when someone in the email says 3 boxes of pizza, bread, and soda, EOM, that it's the bread, pizza, and soda that are being given away. So then you go into this map where you see that we've used Google Maps API to map your current location given by the browser as well as the destination where the free item is. And we show the biking directions from there on the map itself, which of course is the fastest way on campus. We also use Google Maps API to calculate the walking and bicycling time it's going to take you to get there, and also use the Uber API to see how long it would take you if you ordered an Uber. Now obviously that's not really relevant for free food on campus, but a lot of times Reuse gets emails from elsewhere in Cambridge, and if you're trying to pick up a free 60-inch TV from somewhere in East Cambridge, well, you definitely want to take an Uber and see how much it's going to cost. So we actually use the Uber API to calculate your estimated time of arrival based on the time it's going to take for the Uber to get to you, and then Google Maps to see the time that it would take for the Uber to get to your destination, along with the price. Then, also, I do want to mention that the Uber link up there is a deep link for mobile, so if you're viewing this on your mobile device, you can actually book the Uber to your final destination with a single click. So then we used the awesome data from the MIT CSAIL Big Data Initiative, which maps real-time Wi-Fi usage across campus, which is represented by these circles, which represent the location and magnitude of Wi-Fi usage in real time. So we're downloading 5,000 data points every 5 minutes to see your competition for getting these free items. And we aggregate that on a decreasing exponential basis by distance from the final free item price.
All right, thank you very much. Great job, guys.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
Wait, stay. You have 1 minute for questions.
Hi.
I don't have a good question. I've been wowed, but I remember when I was an undergrad in the 80s here, there was this guy who would show up. So we knew he wasn't a student or a professor. We just knew he lived on campus somehow and ate free food everywhere. So I think you will enable all those people to live free.
So one option we actually have with that is making this website certificate protected. So that's actually an option that we would pursue, and which before we release this to the general populace, Mitchell and Jai actually have experience implementing that. So that's what we plan to do in the next couple of weeks.
And I really appreciate how you led this when you came in. You introduced your teammates. You kept everyone engaged. You really made it something interesting for everyone. So
thank you so much.
Thank you. That's all.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, guys. Next up, y'all can leave. Next up, we have Agile Assault. Please give a round for Agile Assault. Yeah, Assault? Agile Assault? Yeah, come up. All right, thanks.
Hi guys, my name's Matt Duran. I go to the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, and that's the Hack UMBC right there, the club. So the application I made is called Agile Assault. And essentially what it is I guess a gamified approach to learning how to program and practicing programming through like real-time competition with your peers. So I'll log in right now to show you guys how it works. It's supposed to be used across multiple devices, but turns out there's no Wi-Fi back here, so you guys are gonna have to use your imagination because I'm going to be using 2 browsers instead. So that's gonna be fun, yeah. So here we are, here's the front page. I have another browser already logged in. This one's Root 2, this one is Big Papa PhD. It's my Xbox Live tag, if any of you guys are wondering. I need friends for Destiny, so. I'm doing Find a Match right now. You can see it's 1 out of 2. I'm gonna do Find a Match on the other browser, and they both just connected right now. So you can see Big Papa PhD over there in the top right. Over here is root 2. If I type over here, whatever I want, you can see that my letters are coming up over there as well. That's supposed to be blurred. Oops. So it was blurred in the first demo. I had to make it local, and I forgot that. So pretty much what it is, as you can see, it's real-time competition. So you're presented with the challenge. Right here, it's add 2 strings. The constraint is don't use the plus sign, and then you have the topics. This is a beginner question, and pretty much the way the game works is you have to, you start really basic, and as you win against your peers, you gain experience, which levels you up, and as you level up, you're introduced new topics until eventually you're doing graph theory or different searches, trees, and competing for like first place on a leaderboard, you know? But until then, you're learning. So, the whole premise is to solve the challenge, your solution has to also pass unit tests, and that's to make sure that you're actually making something legit and not kind of cheating, you know? So I'll show you an example right here. The solution for this one would be to return x dot concat. Sorry, typing left-handed. So you can see I win because that's the solution, no plus sign.
All right, congrats. Thank you. And now for the judges. Take it away.
So I think it's really cool, actually. Good job on your hack. Can you walk us through the tech stack?
All right, so my stack is Django in the back end. I'm using Django REST framework on top of that to create an API framework, an API, REST API. On top of that, I have AngularJS with Twitter Bootstrap for styling. And just for kicks, I threw in this new thing called Google Polymer, which is really cool buttons. And I'll show you those just because I can. You see the ripple? Yeah. For the real-time communication, I'm using Node.js with a package called Fay, which is on web sockets and a pub-sub kind of system. So that's how everyone can coordinate in the game.
All right, thank you very much, Agile Assault. Please get up. All right, next up we have Seamless. Come on up, Seamless.
All right. How many of you guys have seen Harry Potter? I know these two. Yeah. Remember that time in Harry Potter when Harry first sees a moving portrait and how he's so amazed? We wanted to make that a reality. And so in order to make, pictures come alive, we actually implemented this in C, in MATLAB, as well as in the browser to make images sort of come to life. We actually based our work off of a paper released by Microsoft in SIGGRAPH about a year ago. We went through the pain of implementing that in both MATLAB, C, and then ported that into Objective-C to provide a new user experience as well as a user experience through the browser. So we'll first talk about how the graph cut algorithm works.
All right, so the way this works is we first do a fancy thing where we make the whole video like a 3D volume. The whole project is we're taking a short video that doesn't really loop very well, and we're making it into a seamless loop by making it a 3D volume and then doing graph cuts on it, which are a thing that Kolgamorov and Zabi did, about a year ago. And it's a very difficult algorithm, and it was a big pain to implement. But so here are some products of that. This is like an iOS gallery app. We see this as the future of photography.
So if you look very carefully, actually, there should be a cut because we're trying to loop this video, and you'll see an awkward cut that goes on. And so if you now look at the output of that algorithm on the next, there we go. Oh, you should be able to say seconds, and you'll see that that cut actually disappears, and it's a seamless loop. And you can actually see that on maybe a little bit more complicated of an image. This is an image of people drumming. So you see that awkward cut? Now, our algorithm then operates on that to remove that cut to make that, again, a seamless loop. The way this works is we identify regions of various periodicities based on the methods that were described in that Microsoft paper, and we are able to reconstruct that using the graph cutting algorithm to make this seamless product.
The last part to highlight the fact that the algorithm actually operates on individual pixels is that we have this demo where we have a static picture and we can, oh, well, I have to zoom out first. We can gradually add motion and then watch as the scene comes to life.
Don't you want this on your phone?
All right, thank you. Judges, take it away.
Nice job, guys. First, introduce yourselves.
Sure. I'm Nikhil. I'm a sophomore at MIT.
I'm Guillermo. I'm also a sophomore.
I'm Kevin, and I'm also a sophomore here.
Great. So what other effects can I add to a photo? So I could obviously add movement. Can I add dance, or can the thing start to sing, or?
So this is actually pretty interesting. So I think there's a lot of really interesting applications. Technology. The first is that you can actually integrate this into the actual photo taking experience. Because for HDR we already take about a short segment of video, we can actually operate on that very segment of video to produce what we see here. But on top of that, we actually didn't show you a demo where there was a person moving across the stage, and because there was no periodicity in that movement, we actually were able to cancel that out. So let's say you were at Disneyland taking a picture of your family and people are moving past you or behind you. This algorithm would actually operate on that and remove the person in the first place. So here's an example. So there's a person moving, that awkward cut, and because it's not periodic, if you look on the result of our algorithm.
All right, thank you very much, guys.
Very good, guys.
It gets removed.
Thank you, Seamless. All right, next up we have Fantasy Live. Let's go.
Do they know that, or did you ask them? We just ask them.
Hey guys, we're Fantasy Live. Before we get started, we want to take a picture, so if y'all could sort of just crowd together, smile for the camera. John's going to take a picture. Say cheese. Cool. Thanks for playing along. So we're Fantasy Live. What we seek to do is provide the perfect app for people who are fantasy football fans, and we do that by overlaying fantasy football data on top of live football games. So you'll see here two people going head-to-head, Steven and John. These are their scores, their expected scores for the week. On top of that, we have events pulled from the NFL API, and we also have tweets related to the game. Perhaps the coolest feature is when you're playing fantasy sports, you really want to be able to gloat and show off to your friends, especially when you're doing better than them. And that's not a problem with our app. You can tweet at somebody, and if you include the hashtag of our app, Fantasy Live, it'll show up. Hopefully it shows up at some point later in the presentation. The DirecTV guys are outside right now trying to stream this for us. So this is our app with our data and real-time social integration, NFL updates.
So we provide up to the minute.
There's the tweet of you guys.
All right. To the minute, to the 9 seconds actually, data about your fantasy team, your current score, expected score. And we also provide a feed, all the key plays in your games, any game you might be interested in, any of your players are in, as well as a Twitter feed of all the top commentary on your game.
So the question is how do you do this? So Also live ads. Unfortunately, we haven't figured out how to block all the ads and go forward in time. But we have figured out how to put an overlay on top of live TV. So we're using the DirecTV API with what is essentially an HTML5 and CSS3 website. We do AJAX calls every 9 seconds to a server that's running Django. The server pulls from Twitter, it pulls NFL stats for us and sends it all to the client, which we then update using jQuery. And the HTML5 CSS3 lets us do some kind of cool animations, lets us create a user experience that works for pretty much any football show. So we have Fox, but it would also work for CBS, NBC, any of the other football broadcasts. So for Fantasy Live, we got real-time fantasy data on top of live football games. We'd like to give a shout out to the DirecTV guys who are out in the lobby streaming this for us right now because we couldn't set up their box in here.
All right, thanks guys. Judges, take it away.
So where are you guys from?
MIT.
MIT? Cool. And how did you, sorry, so you can show one game at a time, correct? Or can you show many?
We could show one game at a time, but when you switch games, our app knows you switch games and it'll update the data accordingly, so the feeds will correspond with whatever game you're watching.
Got it. So the fantasy data is for a particular game, not for your team.
Oh yeah, the fantasy data is for your team. So the updates that appear there are for all of your players regardless of what game they're playing in. Same with the tweets are for all of your players regardless of what game it is.
Got it, okay. And so how do you, I'm guessing most people want a real-time update on how their team is doing. Is that something you guys can do with the current APIs that are available?
Yeah, so we're pulling, or we'd like to pull data from Yahoo, Yahoo, ESPN, like multiple fantasy sources. Right now we're just kind of creating data because we didn't have anything during the hackathon, but all the events we're using are realistic. They're events that we'd actually want to show to people. And yeah, there are plenty of APIs that would let us pull, and we have the server infrastructure in place that all we'd have to do is stick the data that we pull from an API into a JSON feed, and it goes onto the screen.
Cool,
All right.
very good.
Sorry to cut you off, Adora, but we got to move on to the next one. Sorry. Thank you, guys. Round of applause. And next up, we have Kat.
Hello everyone, we are Team CAT, which stands for Cardboard Automated Tentacle. We are students from Olin College of Engineering, about 30 minutes away from here, and our vision was to create a low-cost robotic platform that can be used in an educational environment. So we created this platform. It costs about the entire thing $50 to $60, including all the electronics. So here it has two actuators on it. One of them is a DC motor that has a pulley which causes it to in and curl out to full extended position, as you can see demonstrated here. It's controlled by the computer. The hardware is done with an Arduino and it's controlled via Python on the computer. It has a couple of sensors that we put on it just to, you can easily put on sensors and understand a large amount about the environment, and it can react accordingly. It's considered, so it only has two actuators, but it has a lot of degrees of freedom, so it's an under-actuated system, kind of inspired by fingers that you may see in some prosthetic arms. Unfortunately, the DC motor is underpowered, so we had to put in rubber bands to give it some more support. Otherwise, it can completely curl in on itself and form a box when in its curled up state. Just like so. It's really cute. And then we have these cameras that give us a lot of data. It can recognition, possibly using OpenCV, and track people. We also have sensors on the sides, and you can see on the video, it's seeing how far things are away from it. Easily you can put on sensors, it's low cost. If you want to redesign the whole system, we just made it out of cardboard, tape, hot glue gun, anything we could scrounge to show that you could make this in like a middle school setting with almost no tools, just things you can find around yourself, and few electronic components. That's project.
This is amazing. It's so inexpensive, and a lot of people want to use this now. I saw using 3D robotic arms for printing things, 3D printing, so it has like applications. How do you imagine this would be used in like a dreamlike case? By whom?
Sorry, say again?
How do you imagine this being used by someone out there and like, oh, I could never imagine that could have happened, which makes it impossible to imagine, of course.
The situation that we thought of this being used in particularly was in a schoolroom setting. So really, someone in middle school, high school, but really someone younger could use this, could really make the entire system. We started designing it today, we made the whole thing today, so it'd be totally reasonable for them to make it, and they could put the sensors anywhere they wanted on it. Really, you could just tape and move the camera anywhere you wanted. You could move the distance finders, put them anywhere you wanted. You could really change it up to how they wanted for different levels of difficulty. So that's where we really see this being used.
All right, thank you very much, guys. All right, I'll let you take that down. So we have one more presentation. It's actually a familiar face since we had a little bit of issues at the beginning. So we're gonna have Yasif come back up for Controlo. So Controlo, come back up. Thank you.
All right, hello again, everyone. So, round two, let's try this again. I'm Yasif, this is Controlo. Again, the basic premise is I want to be able to remotely control my computer and send very simple commands to have my computer do very powerful things. So once again, we can start off with a quick hello.
Hello, HackMIT.
All right, so that was nice and simple. But one of the reasons I built this was when I leave the dorm in the morning, there are things I want to do that I might forget to do when I leave. For example, pause and play, or really pause my music in case it's bugging my roommate. So first, let's play my music. And there we go. So, you know, music's playing in the room now. We get a little message saying what song is playing. But, you know, I left this in my room and I don't want to bug my roommate, so let's just pause it. And there we go. So cool, what else can we do? Well, let's say I'm out and about. I don't have much like data signal on me, but I've got really strong like cell signal. Like I can still send text messages. I want to quickly check my Facebook. So let's open up Facebook here. And we see there loads Facebook on the side there. But I'm on my phone, so that doesn't help me much. Well, let's take a screenshot. So screenshot takes a second. It's a little bit of a bad signal in here, so we'll wait for that. There's a whole lot of other uses we can have here. So you can think of any of these little tasks that you'd want to do while you're on the go, and you've got your computer sitting on somewhere. This is really the ideal solution for that. So just wait another second. The screenshot does take about 30 seconds to come through. There we go. So as you can see, this is a screenshot of my computer there. And for example, another cool thing I can do is, and this one's really just a fun one, there's no practical use to it, is take a snapshot of what the camera currently shows. So wait about another 10 seconds there, we will get a picture of a nice empty stage. So let's go come through, and then I will demo one last functionality. So there's a nice empty stage. And one of the last things, and this is one of the ones that I would use every day, is, you know, left the room, forgot to lock the computer, don't want someone messing with it, just send a text that says lock, and there we go.
So, good job on the hack. Is it extensible, or can it be made extensible? Can I write my own actions for this?
Absolutely. So the client side is running a very simple Ruby server, and commands are added just as there's basically a functional interface you have to implement, and you have to basically what to do, what to return, or whether or not you're returning media. Writing another one, sticking in the file, you now have another command you can run. So it is very extensible.
Cool.
All right, guys, let's give a big thank you again to our teams and our judges who will now come off the stage. Next up is co-director of HackMIT 2014, Katie Siegel, with information about how to crowd vote.
Okay, it's table B14. Okay, I'll.
Like, do you want to go with it?
Yeah, let's go with it.
Whatever.
I'll deal with it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, we've set up crowd voting. Final placement, placing will be decided based on 50% of the final judges' feedback and 50% from crowd vote. So you do have a huge say in who wins. So we have assigned numbers to each of the teams. Note that Controlo is still 1 even though they went last. On the next slide, I'm going to have a phone number that you're going to text one of these numbers, 1 through 8 inclusive. And you can only text once, or vote once, so don't try. And we will tally up these votes and take them into account. So ready to vote?
Katie and Jenny. Yeah, Katie and Jenny are at the top 3. It doesn't matter either way. It doesn't matter.
I'm going to give you 1 full minute to vote. $15 seconds left. Raise your hands if you've voted.
The non-prize is not listed.
Raise your hands if you have not voted. Okay, I'll give you another 30 seconds. No. Okay, cool. Voting is over. The last thing I have to say before we hear about sponsor-specific prizes is a reminder to give us feedback. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Katie. So, as she mentioned, we're going to talk about who won some sponsor prizes. So, give it up to the sponsors for a lot of really nice prizes this year. So, while they're I'll list off the prizes. So, first off, we have Microsoft for the best use of the Microsoft API, and the team winner was Smalltalk. One Nokia 1520 per team member. I'm going to ask you to hold your applause so I can go through all these. Sorry. So, if you win a prize, come up stage after this is over and then coordinate with the sponsors to figure out how you're going to get your prize, all right? So first team, Smalltalk, Microsoft prize. Next up, the Parse prize was won by The Crane Game, and they win a $1,000 Amazon gift card. The Taser prize was won by Dossier, a pair of Beats headphones per team member. Best use of Jawbone prize was awarded by Andreessen Horowitz, given to LifeMy, table I3 or I4, that might not be the right name. You guys win a UP24 fitness tracker. All right, best assembly hack from Assembly was given to Bakito. You guys win 2 Bitcoin. Money hack by Capital One. You guys, the team is Uber Share. Each member can pick either a Parrot AR Drone 2.0 or Oculus Rift Development Kit 2. DirecTV prize by DirecTV is given to Tweevee. You guys win a 40-inch TV. And Fantasy Live wins the second DirecTV prize, which is subscription to NFL Sunday Ticket.tv. Namecheap's prize was won by Bordering.me. Best use of Dropbox API by Dropbox was won by Airbox. 50 gigabytes of Dropbox space and a Dropbox Snuggie per winner. Best use of the Fitbit API. Fitbit was won by Run With Me. You guys win a Fitbit area Wi-Fi scale and choice of Fitbit One or Fitbit Flex Tracker. Best user experience from Goldman Sachs was won by Hopscotch, 4 Bose Bluetooth speakers for the 2 of you. Google GDEL Data Challenge from Google was won by Bordering.me. You guys win and get featured on the Google blog. The Google Service Prize was won by several people, and I scrolled down accidentally. Okay, cool. Bordering.me, Identify, PickTag, Forage, and Crisis Connect. Each of you guys win $200 in Google Play Store credit. Best Novice Hack, awarded from the HackMIT team ourselves, goes to Beaver Dash, 1 big Jambox per team member. Best cryptocurrency hack, also awarded by the HackMIT team, was to Bakito, another Bitcoin for you guys. Yeah, another Bitcoin. All right. Best hack for social good was given to Melody. You guys can give a $1,000 donation to the charity of your choice. Best MIT-related hack, Beaver Dash, $200 in tech cash. Best hardware hack was won by Carrier Pigeon, $200 SparkFun gift card, 1 per team member. The Cat MIT Award was given to Face Value. You each get a 9-cat plushie. Hill Holidays Prize was given to Tweevee, Fantasy Live, Point Me, Virtual Reality Sentiment Analyzing Music Visualizer for the Oculus Rift, and Firsthand.land. You guys each get a $100 Dunkin' Donuts gift card and opportunity to win $2,500 at the Hill Holiday TV Next Summit thing on October 20th. Coordinate with them when you get up here. All right. Most innovative use of HP Idle On-Demand API by HP was given to a team at table B14. Each member of the winning team will receive a next-generation Oculus VR DK2. KPCB Fellows Prize, $1,000 goes to CAT. Best use of campus Wi-Fi data from the MIT Big Data was given to Classify, $2,000. Best use of MongoDB by MongoDB goes to TrackHack, MongoDB Swag Pack plus Amazon gift card. Best use of a quirky product goes to Force, free products for further/future hacks. Best use of the Wink API goes to Point Me. And best use of the quirky/wink data goes to Melody. You all get free products for further future hacks. Coordinate with Quirky plus G after this. The best overall Quirky plus G prize winner goes to Bebo, and you guys get a trip to New York headquarters with Quirky. Best Rough Draft from Rough Draft Ventures goes to Seamless. You guys have an invitation to pitch at Rough Draft Ventures for the opportunity up to $25K in funding. Best use of Sailthrough API by Sailthrough goes to Router. You guys win LED pixel art. Best use of Synaptics fingerprint ID sensor goes to TouchGo, $1,000 to split between team members in a guaranteed interview. Best use of Synaptics hover/proximity sensor goes to Hover Alarm, same prize as before. Myo Armband application prize goes to by Thalmic Labs goes to Tap Dance. You guys each get Myo developer kit. Best use of Thomson Reuters content goes to New Scrub plus and Selector. That might be 2 teams, that might be 1. You get $500 each. Oh yeah, 2 different teams. New Scrub and Selector get $500 each, and Ticker and Medidex get $100 each. Twilio API prize goes to Controlo, up to 4 custom action figures for each member of the team. Uber prize goes to Point Me, $200 in Uber credit per team member. Best use of the Zigio API goes to somebody, sorry. Zigio is giving either a GoPro or $300 in Amazon gift certificates to be split to the team. And the Society of Women Engineers here at MIT, they give their prize to Forage, and y'all get 4 Bluetooth speakers. All right, that's it for the sponsor prizes. Let's give one more round of applause. Please remember to come up on stage after this whole imbroglio ends and coordinate with the sponsors to get your prizes. Now, I believe the final results are not available yet. No? I talked for so long there, dude. All right. All right, well, I'll hand it back to our MC, David, who can keep things going. Thank you.
What's up, guys? How you doing? Thanks for bearing through this closing ceremony. Give it up for yourselves again. So we're still tallying up the final results, and basically that leaves me in front of you guys with absolutely nothing prepared and no idea of what I'm about to say next. Once again, I swear, I don't know why, but all my good jokes are definitely not stage appropriate. No, I can't. I'm sorry. No, let's do something more PG. I don't know. Favorite part of this hackathon? Anyone? What? Whoa. Yeah, it's true. I mean, we do have a lot of girls on our HackMIT organizing team, and I think it's also very unique in that. So, yay, diversity. I think it was just a great experience being able to come out and see you guys. I tried staying up last night and just going around talking to people, meeting a lot of you. Unfortunately, the organizing team actually forced me to go to sleep because they thought I would just, be up here and then just conk out right here on the podium, and that would be very good. Let's also hear it for our event photographers who have been doing a great job, especially Chris Welch with the photo booth. How many of you went on the photo booth yesterday? Did you like that idea? Keep it for next year? Yeah? Awesome. There you go. More props? Like what? A duck? Well, a giant rubber duck. All right, I'll keep that in mind. What were some of your other favorite parts of the hackathon, aside from Jennifer in the photo booth? Wi-Fi. Oh, okay. Well, that's trying to stay connected here. I see. More live performances? You want? Oh, okay. Yeah, there was a logs performance yesterday. Unfortunately, I hope everyone got to see that, or at least hear a bit of it. What about food? Did you guys like the food here? Yeah, we were actually afraid that we would run out of food, but excuse me? There wasn't enough bacon. There wasn't enough tofu. Okay. And I do believe that we are ready to announce the final prizes for HackMIT 2014 this year. So let's give it up for our co-directors, Jennifer Zhang and Katie Siegel.
All right, hey guys, thanks so much. They were really great hacks, and we had a hard time picking backstage.
So we're going to announce the top 3. Note that everyone who doesn't get the top 3, who was in the top 8, so 4th through 8th place, each of those teams will be receiving a $1,000 check. So in 3rd is Hopscotch. Please come up to the stage. Hopscotch receives $2,000.
All right, congrats, Hopscotch. All right, 2nd place goes to Seamless. Will Seamless please come up stage? 3,000?
Seamless receives a $3,000 check. And the first place team who receives a $4,000 check is Beaver Dash. Is Beaver Dash still here?
Oh, they're up there. All right, congrats, Beaver Dash.
Can we get a last round of applause for our top 8? I just wanted to thank our judges again for coming out today. We really appreciate it. And this concludes HackMIT. Thank you guys for coming out. If you received a sponsor-specific prize, please come up to the stage. And if you're giving a sponsor-specific prize, please also come up to the stage.
Also, Theranod, you guys won Nod's prize. So Theranod, come on up if you're still here.
Finally, we have a lost and found with some chargers, a blue bag, I believe, and they're backstage. So if you lost anything, go check backstage. Thank you again for coming to HackMIT 2014.
And lastly, pick up your trash. Don't be barbarians. Pick up your trash. Before you leave, pick up your trash, all right? Pick up your trash. Thank you.
And lastly, do you want to say something about? Oh, no, that's fine. Wait. Just do it.